Morning everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of a morning routine. So it's a Wednesday morning, and Wednesday's now Wednesday Wellbeing, where we talk about wellbeing, mindset, mental health, topics around state of mind ultimately. And this is a big one for me. Checking there's no car coming behind me. I'm not an expert in this. The morning routine, there's countless books on what you can kind of create and in terms of your morning routines. But this is something that I've kind of fallen upon myself. I'm going to do a bit more reading on morning routines because I think it's a super powerful tool in your arsenal when it comes to getting your mind in the correct state to get the most out of the day ahead. And we all have it, let's be honest. We wake up some days and for whatever reason you've just had a bad night's sleep or whatever, but you just wake up and you feel groggy. I get them probably more than a lot of people because I'm notoriously guilty of going to bed relatively late. Quite often I try and get in bed by midnight every night, but invariably it'll often slip to kind of closer to 1 o'clock, sometimes past 1 o'clock, depending on work, because occasionally I get a productivity boost or my biological prime time kicks in kind of late in the evening. If I just have a quick look at something work related, I can end up losing a couple of hours because I've just jumped into it and managed to get stuff sorted. And you get no distractions at that time as well, which is all good and well, but the impact of going to bed at that time and then getting up for the school run with the kids and all that side of things, I just wake up feeling pretty groggy sometimes. Whereas if I go to bed before 12 o'clock, midnight, I will generally wake up more naturally, feel better, and be able to function a little bit more normally on a morning. So that's where the routine kind of comes into play. Now, even when I have the lack of sleep or I kind of go to bed crazy late or whatever, I'll wake up some mornings and I can turn that around into making something that starts off pretty negative, I can turn it into a positive using a routine. And that's where the power of a morning routine comes in. Now, like I said, this is just my experiences and what I've kind of developed myself. I will do some more reading on this because I know how powerful this stuff can be. But what I do is this kind of vlog has had such a positive impact on my life, and I think I'll end up committing to it way beyond the 1 year target I set myself. I think I'm about halfway now, but the plan will be to continue it just for the habit and the routine elements of it, and a lot of the mindset stuff it allows me. It's like a release mechanism for me. I can spurt out everything that's going on in my business world, private life. It's like counselling for me. But I think the main, obviously if it's helping people as well, all the better. That's what it was always set out to do. But just from a selfish perspective, it's given me enough as an individual to make me want to continue doing it regardless of how many followers or listeners or viewers I get, which is a nice place to be because it stops putting yourself under pressure to kind of chase the next follower, the next listener, the next viewer, which is quite a nice place to be. It's not an air of desperation. But where I get the most from it is combining the running and the vlogging, because no matter how bad my night's sleep is, I've committed, it's habitual now, I've been doing it for 170, 175 days straight and counting. So it's ingrained in my mind. Even when I wake up and think, I really don't want to do this, I'm conditioned to do it anyway. So I don't even have that argument anymore. It's like, well, I'm doing it. I don't feel the best, but I need to man up and get out there and do it. And there's a lot to be said for that. But what it does is getting that exercise, getting that kind of communication flowing through the vlog exercise out, it enables me to turn negative emotions and feelings into positive euphoric ones in a minor sense. Which if I finish this vlog, I feel great, ready to go for the day. If I didn't do the vlog, I'd probably be moping around most of the day feeling a bit sorry for myself, lack of sleep, tired, I might eat something rubbish to try and make myself feel better, which is all normal type of behaviour that so many of us experience. But I've got this mechanism now where I can override my traditional or original kind of process that I used to fall into, which it's a really, really powerful concept when you understand this, that nothing, pre-programmed stuff into your mind, you can reprogram and you can recondition, you can override stuff that you've done historically. And I think understanding that is a really, really key point. So my morning routine is I get up, generally speaking, about 7:45, sometimes might even be as late as 8 a.m. I am a little bit guilty because my wife, she only works part-time, but she does most of the school running activities on a Monday to Wednesday. I take the kids to school on a Thursday, Friday, which is always nice. But generally speaking, 7:45 to 8 o'clock, it's a bit of a mad rush to try and get the kids ready. I'll get myself ready for my run as well, and I'll try and be out the door. Kids will have breakfast, get ready, they'll be off. I'll either be off at the same time, or I'll take them to school and then go off on my run, or between 8:30 and 9 a.m. I'll have stretched, I'll have make sure I've got no tweaks in my muscles, stretch them out, and then I'll be off on my run. And I've got this routine ingrained now, so I know the tech I have to pick up, my camera, my external mic, my AirPods Pro. I have to make sure I'm wearing both my watches. so all this, my heart rate monitor, so I tech myself up like Robocop, and then off I go. But that's such a routine now. The only deviation to that weekly routine comes at the weekend, whereas we're locked down at the moment, but usually Saturdays revolve around football, so I have to get up at a similar time to the weekly school run days to try and get my run in beforehand. So Saturdays are normally the same, but when I don't have football on or haven't got anything to get up for, I might lie in bed until about 9 and then I'll be up, so it will knock it back generally by about an hour and a half at the weekends in terms of the running activity. So it's very, very consistent. I mean, if you go back to my if you look at my Strava feed, you see the runs, you'll see them all being about the same time, and so it's routined. And then I come back, I'll feel great. The same thing I do every day. I get my 2 litre water. Sorry, the one thing I missed is before I go, I fill up my water bottle, my 2 litre water bottle. I drink 2 of those a day, and so it's ready for when I get back. The other thing I missed is my lovely wife quite often brings me a cup of tea in bed. It's terrible, I know I should be doing the tea making, but she's much more of a natural early bird than me, so I have a cup of tea as well. But back to after the run, I've filled my water bottle before the run, so as soon as I get back I have my towel ready, I have my water bottle ready, so I kind of de-sweat myself with the towel, put all my tech away and dry it all to make sure it's nice and neat. And then as I walk up the stairs to go and get ready and have a shower and everything, I will constantly be sucking on my water bottle, and just slowly, but I can normally get through somewhere between a pint and a half just on that little walk upstairs, and it just starts the journey of getting the fluid and hydrating myself, which is really important because I always try and get through a gallon of water a day. So that part of the routine is key to getting off to a good start. So once I've done that upstairs, I normally just very quickly look at my smartphone to see any Slack communications for the businesses. If there's anything that's urgent, if there is, I'll do a very quick Loom response from my smartphone. Normally I take 5 or 10 minutes while I'm just taking my shoes off and my footwear off and getting changed. Jump in the shower and then come down ready for work, which is I'll normally start work about 10. That's generally the time I start work, and I'll normally get myself a cup of coffee, black coffee. I'll have 2 mugs of coffee a day, no more, because I've read into the benefits of caffeine and how it can give you that kickstart as a mental stimulus, and I just like drinking coffee, so I don't really notice hugely the benefits of caffeine, but but I like drinking coffee and it's like a little treat for me. I don't have any milk in it, it's black, so I'm not drinking my calories. I'll have a black coffee and then away I go. I'll have my water and my coffee with me and I'm off. Sometimes it will be I go to a cafe, so I'll just buy the coffee rather than have it. But if I'm in a cafe or something, I'll buy the water as well. If I'm buying water, I normally buy sparkling water to feel that I've got value out of buying water, which I hate, but I buy so much of it. So that's my routine, and every single day it gets me started. And I sit down to start work. I'm home based, I've always been remote based. Laptop lifestyle has always been the way that I work, and historically there'd be countless days where I just flick open the laptop and I just look at the screen and I just feel like, oh, not feeling this. Since I've done this vlog, Runpreneur vlog, and the running every day, I don't get that feeling anymore, and that is huge to me. And the compounding impact of the productivity and mindset, well-being that has on my whole day is huge. I've talked about other habits as well. I track a lot of stuff to do with my well-being. I always log something every day that's happened positive. I log all the family time I spent every day. I want to make sure I'm always there for my family, so logging it for, it's crazy as it sounds, but you'll know as an entrepreneur, everything kind of takes a back seat sometimes, including family, when you're stuck into the realms of growing your business empire. However, tracking your family time really keeps it in the mind of why you're doing this and making sure that you're spending enough time with your family. So I have loads of other habits and stuff that I track. I've talked about them in various other vlog episodes, but today was more about the morning routine and how powerful it can be if you get it right. Now, I will do some reading up on the morning routine from what the professionals have recommended, but this is just my personal experience of my morning routine, and I think what I'll say at this moment in time is we're all different, and you just need to find a routine that works for you, that gives you those positive feelings or powerful feelings of euphoria, you know, that positive emotions, to try and kickstart your day in a positive way rather than starting it on a negative, which so many people do, and they struggle to shake it out of it throughout the whole day. So that's it for me today. Hope you found it useful. To summarise this episode, it was quite a long, winded, waffly episode, but morning routine I use to shake myself out of any negative state of mind that I may wake up in the morning based on lack of sleep, or sometimes you just feel like you've not got a lot off to offer that day. A morning routine can kind of help you overcome that. I use exercise and communication as two kind of mechanisms to relieve those negative feelings and to transition myself from a negative to a positive state of mind. A morning routine needs to be habitual, so you need to do it over and over and over again so that you don't, and they say 66, 67 times, you have to do it before it becomes an ingrained habit. You want to turn that routine into a habit, and the reason you do that is otherwise when you're in a negative state of mind, if it's not a habit, you'll argue with yourself about whether you're going to go and do it or not. Whereas if it's a habit, you don't argue anymore, you just do it, which is super, super powerful. And the final one is everybody is different, so find your own unique morning routine which works for you. You know, document it, you know, repeat it over and over again until it becomes habitual, and hopefully the benefits will be significant. The final one is think of the compounding impact of turning those negative days into positive ones from a productivity standpoint. It can be the difference between years of your life moving forwards if you turn those wasted days into productive ones. The compounding effect of that over the course of time could be exponential, so please be aware of that. So that's it for me today. As always, if you've got any questions, drop me a line. I'll respond to every comment. If it's a bigger topic, I'll still respond, but I'll do a separate vlog episode and tag you in with a more detailed opinion. If this isn't for you, it's cluttering up your social feeds. No drama, just unfriend, unfollow. No problem there whatsoever. I don't want to be cluttering up people's social feeds with irrelevant information. However, before you do go, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Runpreneur, whereby all full-length versions of these vlogs are documented nice and neatly by playlist, completely free resource. So hopefully at some point in the future there'll be something in there that come to your aid. And also make sure you join the Facebook group Runpreneur, which is where I host all my free resources. It's in progress at the moment, but there will be lots and lots of free stuff in there, which is about the stuff that I use every day. It's hopefully going to help you as it's helped me. So that's it. Apart to say that the Runpreneur vlog was set up to help entrepreneurs, small business owners overcome stress, anxiety, overwhelm by using exercise as a mechanism to control, manage and thrive under these emotions that so many, in fact every entrepreneur and business owner experiences. The difference between the ones that are successful and the ones that are not are how they manage these emotions. Because if you don't manage them correctly, the pressure builds and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And then one of two things happens, both of which are terminal to the success likelihood of your business. One is you'll break down as a person, physically, mentally, or two, your business will break down. So you've got too much pressure and you've been caught in kind of entrepreneurial freeze. You haven't acted quick enough and the business has failed. Now I have been there and it is horrendous. But I've now found this way of channeling these emotions, turning them into positives. I use running as my driver to kind of turn those emotions and keep them under control, relieve myself of those pressures. It allows me to have clarity. It allows me to look at things from a much better perspective. And I can honestly say now, from having failed businesses and being at absolute rock bottom, I've got more on my plate than I've ever had, but all super exciting opportunities, and I feel in complete control of how I'm kind of tackling them. And as a result, we're moving at a pretty crazy pace at the moment towards where I've set myself the goal of being. So that's it for me. Hopefully that's useful. My pledge to you though, if you are one of these entrepreneurs that are struggling managing these emotions and you feel you've got no one to turn to, drop me a message. No sale, no nothing, just a very quick call, just a very, sorry Siri's talking to me in the background, just a very quick conversation whereby I'll try and give you a few tips and pointers. I don't want anything back, I just want to try and help you to try and give you that road path to getting yourself back on the right track to success. And I've always said that if this vlog saved one entrepreneur or one business, then it's 1,000,000% been worthwhile. So that's pretty much it for me today. As always, I'll end you with stay positive, stay happy, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.